See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Brawls.
Folks, people, this is the Rutherford County Caveman Dunlap. And welcome to the, what?
Caveman, caveman, what does that mean?
What do you mean? That's my nickname, the Rutherford County Caveman.
Who said that? I ain't never heard that before.
Oh, you know, lots of the girls.
Ain't no girl calling you damn caveman here.
Girls call me the Rutherford County Caveman.
No.
Well, you know every girl.
No, I don't know every girl, but I know nobody. First off, you don't know any girls. I know more girls than you do. I'll say right now. I know that for a fact. What girls do you know? You're asking the wrong person. Ask yourself.
Kathy, Lindsey, Maria, Stephanie, Stephanie S.
Yeah.
Connie, Connie S. Denise, Regina. I don't really know her. I know her brother more. Okay, take Regina off. Donna.
All right, fine. They all call you caveman. I shouldn't have asked. Never
no,
mind.
none of them do. It's more just a general thing. I've never heard any of them. I don't want to go on the record as like, oh, yeah, they definitely, Stephanie S. calls me the Rutherford County Caveman all the time. I don't know that. I can't. You testify to the fact that they even know that. I'm talking about more just in general, like you walk into a bar. It's sort of the way before someone gets to know you, they've heard of your legend.
What?
So if I walk into a club, and there's a bunch of girls sitting around there, they go, oh, look, there's the Rutherford County Caveman. Just walk in.
If they do say it, I'm not sure if they mean it as a compliment. That's all. If they are actually saying it, I just don't know about being a caveman. All I think of caveman when you say it is a cartoon, a Captain Caveman. He was an idiot, I think, wasn't he? Most cartoons are idiots. You don't see too many smart ones except Peabody or whatever. Most cartoons are dumb. But he was extra dumb. He had a club and they'd tell him what to do or something like it. He was just Scooby-Doo, but a caveman, pretty much.
Are you telling me that the nickname the Rutherford County Caveman may not be a compliment?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. May not be.
What? First of all, let me say one thing. It's good that cartoons don't never have smart people in them. Or when they do, they make fun of them. Because otherwise, it'd just be PBS, but animated. And not in a good way, like Arthur.
Uh-huh. So now you blame the cartoons for Trump.
Second, I think the way they say it, like, oh, look, it's well, they do say ooh at the beginning.
Well, there you go. If they're saying it about you, that's the main clue there. Not how they say it or when they say it. Where if it's directed toward you, then you have to automatically assume that there's something ain't right about it.
Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of, let's get out of here. It's a Rutherford County Caveman. Now that I think about it, I guess. But I thought it was more, let's get out of here. Like, let's go do it. But I guess.
No.
That's not it at all.
No, I don't want to hear about what you think it means either. I'm sorry I asked. I should have just let you say it, and we would have been over with it by now.
Like when they wrote it on the damn bathroom. At Jim and Jim's too.
I don't know anything about it.
Were they making fun of me when they call?
Probably. Let's leave it alone. It don't matter to me anymore. What they call you, what they mean by it, any of it. I don't care anymore.
Is this a Rutherford County Caveman? I'd say, yes, it is. And then they'd say, listen, we take a piss.
What?
And I was like, if that's your thing, brother, But I guess he thought he was getting me with it. Huh. I guess the lesson here is, if you want to insult the Rutherford County caveman, you've got to put in some overtime. It's hard to insult the Rutherford County caveman. There's
nobody that I want to insult enough to take a phone in the bathroom and go to the bathroom on the phone. Nobody I can think of, don't know.
They didn't go to the bathroom on the phone. I couldn't hear what was happening, so I'm imagining they just was holding the phone up there so I could, like it was going to make a sound.
Oh, I thought they wrote your phone. In the bathroom, they usually write your phone number. Rutherford County caveman called, blah, 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 blah. And then somebody in there pick up a phone and say, listen to me, go to the bathroom. That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But the weird thing is they were definitely outside when they called me, so I don't know. Like, I heard an owl. That's the one thing. I remember that the most. I was
why did I even ask?
He must be right underneath that fucking owl. It was like a damn Tootsie Roll commercial.
Okay, fine.
There's somebody smart in a cartoon.
He's a smart, but you know what I mean. I'll show you how many times. Take 3. Now go on, bring me another or whatever. He's just smart. He getting what he wants. He getting the candy.
He's getting what he wants. In this country, that's how it works. He's got it figured out, man.
You got to figure out what it is you want, and you figure out how to get it by whatever means necessary. Laws be damned.
Are we still talking about that owl or what?
Well, he might as well be. How many he would count, though, right? He was like a 1 or 2. How many times he licked something or something? I can't remember. It's been years since I've seen it. But he had glasses on, I think. He's smart, yeah.
Yeah, he was just counting licks like a cashier at a brothel.
What?
Just standing there. You know how listen. I feel like Big or Little Enos right now in Smokey and the Bandit 3. Son, they are counting licks like the cashier at a brothel. I know it, Daddy.
Now, you both of them married, weren't you?
I was just doing them both. I didn't know if you were going to jump in or not. You can be it, whichever one you want to be.
No, you don't need my help. You can do both, Big and Little Enos. You go to town. Do it.
I couldn't go to. That's my act at Branson. I'm going to paint half my body up like Paul Williams, and half my body up like that big old boy from Rode on the Tonight Show. I go on America's Got Talent for old people. Is there a version that's just called America's Got Talent for old people?
It should be, but doesn't it have old people on it? Because the other one had you got to be young, and then America's Got Talent. I thought that one was already for old people. They just didn't have to put it in the name of it.
You got to be a special kind of old person that also might appeal to a young person. Any young person that's still watching television.
I don't even know if that stuff's still on. Never did watch it. The Idols. That's you got to be. You cut off age.
Oh, you got to be young. Yeah, you can't.
22 or something. So yeah, America Got Talent. So, yeah, that already means and old people. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It means yeah. American Idol. It's like the Army, but worse.
Like an army.
You can't go join the Army and you 40 years old.
Well, no, but worse than the Army. They don't serve a country. They just go sing a song. Different. Unless they're doing it for the USO or something, you know. There's people go in the military and they say, "What do you do?" And I say, "Well, I'm a singer or whatever." Again, what do you do? I play guitar. All right, you play guitar. They say, "Okay, you're pretty good. You're going to be in the band." Or, you know what I mean? That's what they if you're good at something, the military use you for whatever it is you're best at, you know.
What if they can't figure it out?
Well, you know, you get discharged or whatever.
That's what they did. They come after me real hard. after school. They said, we need you. They were offering me the moon. And then what happened was they told me why they wouldn't take me is they said I was too good at too many things. And they said they put it into one of them computers and smoke come out of it. The computer said, I don't know. He's too good at too many things.
And
they said, well, you cost us about $1 million losing that computer. So we're already in the hole. We're just going to cut you loose.
Somebody just spilled something on that computer and they're laughing at you after you walked out.
What do you think in the Army? They just got open drinks around? It's discipline, man.
Everybody makes a mistake now and then.
You put a lid on that, Corporal, or whatever. Soldier, where's your straw? Just big glasses of tea sitting around in the computer room. It's not even funny. I don't know what was making me laugh at that.
Hey, sometimes people spilling tea is funny, you know.
Just somebody come around with a big pitcher of lemonade. Top you off. Not one of them pitchers that has a lid on it either, like a plastic pitcher like your granny used to have, but like something, just a glass pitcher, like an old man in a lemonade commercial. Well, I guess that's the news for this week.
No, it ain't. We've done everything we can to avoid talking about the failed experiment in the United States. I mean, it ain't. No, it's pretty, it ain't good right now. I hope maybe somebody can fix it. Hell, I don't know. I don't know anymore. But things sure as hell ain't good right now. There's a lot that's happened since we've been able to sit there and talk. We're going to talk about some of it last time, but then, of course, we had that important Statler brother. Anybody bid on anything, get in touch with us on our Chacha's, Facebooks, Twizzlers. Let us know what you got or almost got. We want to hear all your Statler Brothers auction stories. I just felt we had to get that out there. There was only 4 days at the time, so I'm curious how it turned out. So, best to you. I hope you got something good. I want to know who got them cardboard cutouts. What I want to know, that's the one thing. Cardboard cutout of every Statler brother. And 6 feet tall, wasn't it?
Well, probably. Our measurements may have been a little off. Hey, the old boy on Twitter listened to us, said, hell, I'm going to bid on that mixing board. So if we helped anybody, scoop up some equipment or a dolly or some old records or a microphone stand.
Yeah.
Some hardbound copies of a local newspaper. Let us know. We'd love to hear how y'all made out.
Well, we were able to avoid how terrible everything was last week, and we're doing the best we can right now, but it comes to a point where you got to talk about some of this stuff, and I guess we better jump in. Half the country, as you know, lost their rights. Women lost a Roe v. Wade to get turned over. We knew it was going to happen. Everybody knew it was going to happen because somebody leaked it said they're going to do it. Of course, we probably knew it, really, when they put 3 judges on the court. That when you first suspect it was, regardless of what they said or what whether they lied or not, or whether they did lie. But then, we knew it was going to happen. Then somebody put the piece of paper out, snake it out, and then it finally happens. And it's still pretty bad. It's still just god-awful. I don't know what to say about it. There's already horror stories right now we're going to have to hear about and keep hearing about it till somebody does something, and I don't know what the hell you're going to do. Yeah, codify it is what's got to be done. It seemed like there'd be at least a couple of Republicans that might want to do it, but I guess not. Susan Collins or Murkowski, whatever her name is, Alaska. Joe Manchin ain't going to do it. Said him to do it. Somebody do something right. Of course, they were asking Washington to do something right, so that ain't going to happen. I don't even know why I bothered to try to do it. They ain't listening no how. We also ain't had a chance to talk about the January 6th commissions. They've been having these for how many? About a year now. How long's it been going on now? They've been about 6 months to a year. Commissionings. What is it? Hearings. I know you've been watching them every day, right, Dunlap? You seen all of them, ain't you?
What are they?
January 6th commission hearing. I saw the first one they did at prime time and made a big deal about it. I did watch it. I said, all right, I'm going to be a good American. I want to see what the hell happened in the country. Of course, I knew what happened, but, tell me something I don't know. And they told me a few things.
Really? I mean, I've been getting back on Twitter, and I thought I knew everything already. I didn't know a lot of stuff before. Now you spend a week on there, and you kind of catch up.
You catch up. It don't take long. It's what some people like to watch Law and Order kind of thing. Some people don't. It's a show. They were doing it like a CSI show, which I thought was pretty good. Like, here's the diagram. They went here at 8:45, and then they walked over here, and they were doing it like you're supposed to. It's a crime. It is a crime scene. They attacked the Capitol. So I said, well, that's pretty good. Need to see all the facts and figures to it and all that stuff. And then I kind of drifted out of it after that. I didn't want to. Like you said, I'd try to read the newspaper, try to read something and see what somebody did. And then, of course, I think the big news, Miss Cassidy Hutchinson, she was his number one person, right? Mark Meadows, right? His big number two, I guess. Mark Meadows, big number two, whatever. She had a lot to say. Again, nothing that they've said is like, oh, my God. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. It's like a bunch of damn idiots, and they did this. Well, yeah. Today I watched it. I sat and watched it, and I didn't know where to start to laugh my head off or cry my eyes out over Cipollone, White House counsel, being stuck in a room all day with Sidney Powell and Flynn, and I guess Giuliani in there. It's just crazy people. Like, they literally had to say, guess who? Somebody has to call a lawyer to say the president is in the room with so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. Get over here quick. First off, if you're going to have a secret meeting, the one place you probably don't want to have it is in the damn Oval Office. Everybody knows what's going on in there. There's people outside the door that you got to say, do something to even get inside the place. How you sneak Giuliani in any place, let alone the White House?
You can't even get him in most bars.
No.
Or for some reason, many Targets.
I don't know if there's any place. Where can he go? Like, do they even like him at Trump rallies anymore? They don't even really care. Like, oh, yeah. He got to do all his drinking at home. He can't go no bar. Who you think he's drunk calling?
Just his whole contacts list. Anyone he calls.
Liz Cheney said Trump's been calling some people. She didn't say who. I guess that's both a big surprise. They always leave you with a big cliffhanger at the end of these things. And I guess she said, I'm going to turn it over DOJ, Merrick Garland, are you listening? Because it looked like old Trump doing some witness tampering. We don't know who she got to talk, but she got somebody to talk, and I guess Trump knows who it is and was calling them, and they were smart enough not to take the call. Of course, I guess if I was a lawyer, I'd say, take a call and record it. Of course, you don't even have to do that. You know what he says. Like, even today, like Cipollone, they had him like, well, what did the president say after that? No, he's a lawyer. And he'll say, well, I'm not going to get into what the president says, but he was in a room with 5 crazy damn idiots. What do you think he said? I know what he said. I won the election. It's a fraud. He says the same thing in the Oval Office that he says on the stage wherever he's at with Sarah Palin last night or wherever he goes. It ain't no mystery what he says. He says the same thing over and over again. Well, I guess we'll find out next week who the big star surprise guest is. It ain't looking good, whoever's watching it. I don't know who's watching. Even Fox News, they say, well, this don't look good. But, of course, Tucker ain't talking about it or whatever, Hannity don't mention what's going on unless, they made it somebody or something.
Yeah, unless they got to throw somebody under the Fox bus. They
got to throw somebody under there. Yeah, that's what I mean. They made it somebody else. See what we can do to them real quick. That poor woman, she's 20-something years old, Cassie Hutchins, is starting her political career, which, first off, if you're starting your political career and you're working at Mark Meadows number 2, you ask you for a little bit of trouble, I'm going to say. You did at one time, maybe not, but these days. Well, she knows that. Otherwise, she wouldn't be up there testifying everything. She got death threats for the rest of her life. They had 2 oath keepers good up there. Oath keepers, I guess, a nice word for Nazi. I don't know what the white supremacist oath keepers and what's the other one? The brow boys. They had them oath keepers up there, and they were saying, well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it. I did what the president said. They look at the jail time, so I know why they're there, but at least, say what you got to say. I lost my job, my family, on and on. I don't feel too bad for them. I don't feel bad about anybody that walked in, in the Capitol. Now, the women that were working in Georgia just doing a damn job who get death threats for the rest of their life just for doing a damn job, counting votes. That's what I do. The President of the United States calling me out by name for doing my damn job. Woman and her mother. Now, those people I care about. Those people are victims. Somebody saying, well, I lost my job because I tried to throw over the government. Well, it sounded like you got off easy. I appreciate you showing up and saying you was an idiot for doing it and listening to him. Good for you. Well, I ain't got no sympathy for either one of them.
Oath Keeper sounds like a brand of bedside table you can put on layaway at Ethan Allen.
That's the Oak Keepers, isn't it?
That's Oak and Oak Keeper.
Oak Keeper, not Oath. Oath Keeper, not Oak.
The Oak Keepers. I don't like none of them. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't like none of these people that testified. Good job doing your best. So is Cipollone, did he get hired by, that's what I'm confused about. Was he hired by Trump? Is he's White House?
White House counsel. Lawyer. Now, he ain't Trump's. He's a White House lawyer. I don't know how to work all that out. I'm sure every, administration has their White House counsel, as they call it. And that's what this man was. He's saying like the only sane one in there. Like I said, I want to fall over laughing. He said, well, I'm in a room with them, and they're saying this, and I'm saying, you got any evidence? And then they get mad at me for asking if they have any evidence. And, they say they wanted the federal government to go seize all the vote machines, and I told them they shouldn't do that. Well, why? Can you explain to us why that's a bad idea? And they like, what the hell am I here for? That's what goes against everything country stands for. Why the hell have I got to explain it to you? Well, you had to explain it to the damn president. He didn't listen to you. I'm assuming you didn't do a good job. Of course, there ain't nothing you can tell that man.
Imagine being a White House counsel in there trying to talk sense to Donald Trump. He'd be like, you're a lawyer for a building. Who's going to sue a house? Get out.
They call up a lawyer in a minute. Like, you better get over here quick. He's in there with Sidney Powell, Julie. And that may not even because they were trying to throw a coup. They could just they going to Giuliani going to get drunk. I mean, they who knows? The list of things that could be going on in an unchecked room with Trump, Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Flynn is a number of things. Sure, overthrowing the country, trying to start a coup, yes, that would be at the top of the list, but they're like, what, thousands of other things that you should be concerned about them being in a room together by themselves, let alone the damn Oval Office.
And what are they saying now? Trump knew also that he knew his actions would lead to People getting hurt, people getting killed.
People keep saying like this is a big deal. Of course he did. That goes back from the beginning when he was running for office. Knock the hell out of him. He's always tried to get people beat up. That ain't nothing new. Just on a bigger level at this point in time. That's always been part of his whatever you want to call it, MO or whatever. He always trying to get somebody, beat somebody up over something else.
Wasn't there a time when they said it was like gangster stuff, when a gangster would say, oh, it'd be a shame if something happened to them, and then their, rest in peace, Paulie. Their Paulies go, oh, I get it, and then they'd go make that thing happen. They'd go hurt them or whatever.
Yeah.
But Trump's not an actual gangster who's saying things like that to be smart. He's playing a gangster on TV. So he's an actual gangster and also playing a gangster on TV, and he's the president.
And the president. Well, he had his own TV show for a long time, and that's what he did. He would pit people against each other. I did watch it, but I unfortunately have had to hear about it because, he was elected damn president. But he had a show where he'd get, I don't know who, rappers and actors and singers and all sorts of people. Clint Black, you get all of them together, and then you get them turned against each other, so who's going to win. He doing the same thing, except he doing it with Cipollone and his team, and then Shannon Powell, Roger and Flynn. I'm going to stir the pot here. Let's get all them going. Let's see when we get down to the bottom of something here. Let's see what happens. Let's get the sparks are flying in here. Cipollone told him, the thing is, like and Liz Cheney started the whole thing off like the excuse is he's an idiot. He don't know what being a president is, and he's dumb. He's 76 years old. She said, we're talking about a 76-year-old man. And I'm telling you, if you let Rudy Giuliani dupe you,
But the other thing is that they won. That all these people sitting up there on these hearings going through all this are like, oh, I should have done this, or everybody was bad but me, or nobody kept a good watch on him. I was the best chaperone. He's an idiot. He's a baby. He's a gangster. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was trying to get people killed. It took him by surprise. It doesn't matter. They won. They got the justices in there.
Yeah.
They got the judges installed across America. They're going to make abortion completely illegal. I mean, they've already won. We could say like this is it's happening as we're
happening. And he put and there's plenty of people out there said, yes, I know it's bad that, sure, they killed some police officers, and I know some citizens that Trump, he's the one that did some duping that they showed up and don't have no sympathy for them. They shouldn't attack the Capitol, but, some of them did.
I mean, all these people up
it's all worth it. It's all worth it.
All these people making money off of writing books saying, oh, it was hard keeping Trump from blowing up the world. They're like, they either say it in a book or they say it in private, but they're like, but it was worth it. But it was worth it. Now they're going to get now DeSantis, and now they can get rid of Trump if they want to, or they can keep him around if they want to. Like, this seems to me sort of like a fixes in sort of situation where all the other Republicans except the ones implicated are like, yeah, get rid of him. Because they can run against the Democrats for being mean to Trump, and they can get rid of Trump. But they can use him if they need him. He won't be in charge. They can use a little bit of Trump sauce on their
just enough.
Morton steak.
McCarthy, no one be happier than him if Trump was off the table and wouldn't run. Nobody be happier.
DeSantis.
DeSantis be happier. He'd be a little happier too. But I don't think he give a damn. He gonna go for it either way. He's having fundraisers already. What he got his friends all sit around and watch these things and giggle or something like that. I heard that. Yeah, he'd coming either way.
Ugh,
I know.
I'm glad I don't have to hear that.
But yeah, no one would be happier than, right now he going to have to run just to try to stay out of, trouble. When I was president, I didn't have to answer subpoenas. I didn't have to show up to do this. I didn't have to go do that, whatever. Speaking of subpoenas, take a little victories when you can. I think a bad day for Lindsey Graham and a bad day for Steve Bannon is a good day for the country. And, I mean, as bad as things are, it would take what little tiny speck you can get. That'll get you for about 30 seconds, of course, unless you need an abortion. But Lindsey Graham got to show up in Georgia for that case of going ahead. And Steve Bannon may get locked up for at least a day or two. How long they lock you? I don't know how long they lock you up for being a butthole. I don't know. The judge said, you being a butthole, I don't want to hear it. I'll see you next week. And, of course, he trying to get out of it. That's funny. He tried to get Trump to write him a letter, get him out of class. Said nobody give a damn. Have you been listening to these hearings? Don't nobody give a damn what he write down saying about you. Nobody, no. And even if he does go and talk to him, it don't matter. He's already in trouble. Next week, the judge going to look at why didn't you show up when they asked you to? But yeah, him being all high and mighty and like, I'm going to take them all down. And then, you get me out of trouble? Trump, can you just write me a letter, and that way I can go in and not have to go to jail? I don't know if that's going to work for him. And right now, Lindsey Graham, he's just a witness. He ain't there for himself, but evidently, I think he said, he asked Rasheberger, he asked him, how can we get rid of all these mail-in ballots? He ain't got nothing to do with that state. What's he calling for? I don't know what's going to happen. None of this. Seems like Merrick Garland going to have to do something. It don't mean he is going to. I don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to get holed up in Florida, Mar-a-Lago? They indict him. He don't come. I ain't coming. He surrounds Mar-a-Lago with the Proud Boys or something, and it's like Waco. They got to go get him, but then DeSantis won't let the federal government come into Florida. And is this how stupid the second Civil War is going to be? Over a TV talk show. This is what's going to divide the country. We're watching it. I mean, they're going to end up, people saying, oh, look at the Kavanaugh. They went and bothered him when I was trying to eat. And I always feel weird about that. I just don't like confrontations in general. But somebody complaining about privacy really don't have, anything to stand on when it took it from, half a country. But somebody going to get a J-pile, her today. Somebody's outside of her place had to arrest some man saying, go back to India, had a gun. And it looked like we're building up. We're going to end up seeing somebody get drug out the house or office or whatever. And Lord knows I don't want to see it. I don't think any of us want to see it. Well, that's not true. There's more than a few people that want to see it. I ain't one of them. Either side. And yes, there's a lot of underlying things, racism and horrible things underneath it, but it took a damn TV talk show clown to get these other clowns out from underneath the rocks and get the Nazi flags and go a marching and stuff like that. Let the chips fall where they may. Do what you got to do. If it broke a law, it broke a law. That's what I'm going to say. If I get subpoenaed and indicted, I got to go.
You ever been to a Morton's Steakhouse?
Morton's, I don't know if I've been to a Morton's. Well, it's a roast Chris. I think I had a fancy night years ago. Went up there, somebody trying to show off to me, but it was good. But I ain't never been. I don't know if I've been to a Morton's.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been to a Morton's. At Roast Chris, I run through one of them trying to get away from somebody once, but I didn't sit down and eat nothing. I grabbed a potato off somebody's table, but I didn't. More as a weapon.
I'm sure it's good. I guess is it fancy?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's good. It smelled good.
I figured it's fancy if he's eating there. He'd probably like fancy. But well, he like beer. I know that much. I gotta have bar, but I don't know what kind of fancy beer or not, whatever. Just seemed like when you a Supreme Court justice, you want steak dinner, you gonna go someplace, nice for it. Now to pick a restaurant, liberal, conservative, Republican, Democrat, you pick one restaurant that's off limits. You have to go to. That's the one place you can't protest. Every place else, all bets are off. Don't know what they. Just pick one restaurant chain where you can sit down and eat. Not even the whole. Let's say you have 45 minutes before anybody can protest you. What restaurant? What would you say, Dunlap? You got to pick one restaurant.
If you linger over it, they can come in. So you really got to turn that table over.
You got to know what you want to order before you get in there. You got to order it as soon as you sit down. I'd call ahead. You got 45 minutes before a protest can start. It's one restaurant. Like I said, I ain't picking on no side. Democrats, Republican, whoever you are, you got to go in there. You got 45 minutes before anybody can start screaming at you with a megaphone or lining up outside or whatever they won't do.
McDonald's.
That's not really a sit-down kind of eating place, but I guess.
But you can get in now there in 45 minutes.
Well, yeah. Well, sometimes the drive-through late at night, you can be. I've sat long in 45 minutes one night. I really want some French fries,
I'm just trying to think of something. I mean, Applebee's, sure, you could go there, or Olive Garden. I'm trying to think of some. Like, they still got Ruby Tuesdays around. I don't know about them.
I don't know. I think they closed. I think they closed Old Charlie's, didn't they? They closed some of them down after COVID. I don't know if there's one still open or not.
I think there's one in the damn airport.
They got one there. All right, good. I'm glad. I know they closed some of them down. Of course, they closed a lot of restaurants down. Bless their hearts. But anyhow,
maybe they did. Hell. But I just turned one of them, take this old Charlie's and turned it into a place where they have to go eat, but you can't serve them no good food. McDonald's too good for them. You got to just have like hospital food or banquet hall food, just like some chicken and some green beans, like stuff you don't want to order at Cracker Barrel, and that's what they have to eat.
All right, yeah. Why you got to go out to eat anyway? You can order it. We just went through a damn pandemic, couldn't go nowhere for a damn year, however long it was. Yeah, they didn't even have to go to work. They just stayed home on the computer and take people's rights away. You know how to sit at home and eat. Why can't you just sit? Of course, they outside the house, too. They don't like that. Again, another reason to have one restaurant, I need 45 minutes apiece. They outside the front screaming and hollering. That makes sense, yeah.
I think it's funny, though, if it is a McDonald's, because they got all them windows, so they got to sit there and eat one of them little yellow booths, and people just watching them from behind the line.
Waiting,
ready to go. This also sounds like abortion clinics a few weeks ago. But protest is, I don't know.
It's supposed to what makes our country, real good. Freedom,
We don't. We're just happy that Brent Kavanaugh had to hustle him out the back of a Morton's. That's just sounds funny.
He didn't get his dessert, maybe. It's the worst.
Let's not dress it up.
No, to hell with him. He lied in front of the whole damn country. He stripped American citizens of a damn right. You think I give a damn what he's eating, or how he eats it, or when he eats it?
What time was this? Was it early, like an early dinner, or?
I didn't see no timeline on it. You got to get them January 6th commission to tell you about timelines. I got all that down. They know exactly. He got that text at 8:45. That 1:45 he did this and did that. Yeah, they need to have a commission on Morton Steakhouse, Kavanaugh. everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Red State Update today. Hope you're doing all right. Try not to get shot. Try to hold on to your rights as much as you can. God love each and every one of you, and me too. And you too, Dunlap. God love you.
Why are you putting it on God, something you can't do yourself?
What do you mean?
Why don't you tell me that you love me instead of putting it on God?
God loves
God
everybody,
to do
though.
With you and me.
God
yeah, I know
loves
it's easy for him. Why don't you try to find some emotions down in that withered heart?
I said God love you and everybody else. That's as much emotion as you're going to get. If you
First of all, you didn't even say God love you, Dunlap, and only you. You said God love you and everybody else in the world.
Well, yeah.
8 billion people or however many it damn is.
It's a lot, yeah.
So you're not even thinking about me. You're just thinking about something easy to say. That's basically thoughts and prayers.
Well, nobody, I said try not to get shot. I'm saying that before you get shot, not but after. It's a difference.
No, I appreciate you don't want people to get shot. It's the God love you part. That's the part I'm
fine. I know you. That's right. You don't go to church. I know that. You don't want to hear. I don't go as often as church. I don't mean to be a hypocrite, but at the same time, you don't ever go. And that's all you're going to hear in there anyway. So you smart not to go, I guess.
I'm just saying you. That's fine. God love you, Jackie.
Well, thank you for saying it. Yeah. God love everybody is what I shouldn't even brought you into it. I should have left it alone. You count under everybody. Should have left it there so you wouldn't have had the opportunity to show your butt. Lord knows you can't turn them down. We appreciate each and every one of our listeners out there. Thank you kindly for putting up with this. These are rough times. So anybody taking the time out of all the horrible things going on to listen to a couple of, excuse my language, dumbasses like us, we appreciate it. We especially appreciate all of our friends over on our Patreon page on the computer. All y'all help us keep this up and going and keeping it running. We can't thank you enough. It pays for the computer to work. It gets a little extra spending money for Dunlap to buy some beer, and it just keeps us going. So we can't thank you enough. If you give us $1, appreciate $2, $3, whatever you want to give us. Some people even give us more. But I tell you what, if you give us $5 or more for helping us do these Red State updates, you're going to get a whole extra one of these. That's 20 minutes long. That's right, 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap. That's the same us here, just talking on more for 20 minutes. So it's $5 a month or more, you're going to get a whole extra one of these. You don't have to listen to it, but it's there for you if you want it. So we thank each and every one of you. We need your support to keep on going. We also need the support of our local sponsors. That's right, local sponsors here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. They give us $25. We mention them on here and hopefully help them out. They're helping us out. Everybody's shaking each other's hand and helping each other out. That's what the world needs to be. And that's the reason we appreciate our local sponsors here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Those of y'all from Murfreesboro, of course, probably know about some of these places, but you might not. Want to hear about a new restaurant opening up, a new event taking place, inventions, products that you've never heard of before. You're going to hear about it on here, and you're going to know where to get it, and that's Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So if you're from Murfreesboro, of course, you get it. But if you're just traveling through, you're going to find some nice places to stop and eat, shop, whatever you want. I'm sure there's some stuff you get on the computer and order and things like that, too. I don't know it all. Have so many sponsors, hard to keep up. But we thank you for listening. We thank our sponsors for supporting us. We thank our Patreons for supporting us. I got a sponsor, but I got an apology I got to make, and this hurts my soul to tell y'all. I know we took a little while off, but a lot has happened since last we spoke, and I think the last time I was on here, I was about to be the Grand Marshal at the No Head Feather Fair, and I was also going to be doing something at the Bird Body Only Gala. Of course, not just me, it's me as Booty Man Bird, a very popular character, cartoon, whatever you want to call it. I ain't a cartoon, but it's just the thing that the children love, that the adults love, that the real older people love. It seems like everybody love a Bodie Man bird just to shake his tail feathers, Bodie. And people, it just brightens, and especially in these dark days, anything that can brighten your day and make your heart lift, I'm happy to do it. I'll shake my tail feathers all day and all night. But right now, I just can't. And it's terrible. It's not that I don't want to, and I want to apologize to everybody if you went to the No Head Feather Fair. If you happen to show up at the Bird Body Only Gala, I want to apologize for Bodie Man Bird's absence. But I have a good reason, and some people said don't talk about it on here. Don't get on here and just make it worse for yourself, Jackie. Don't get on the computer on the podcast and start running your mouth, because you're just going to make things worse for you and possibly other people. But I think right is right and wrong is wrong, and whatever in between is, I try to stay out of. I want to be on the right side. That's what I want to be, and that's what I'm going to be right now, and that's what I'm at when I say this. You costume gangsters. I call them a costume mafia is what I call them. You ain't got no right to terrorize citizens, Murfreesboro city citizens, or Las Casas law firm citizens either. That's right, I'm talking about Gumby Meatmeyer and Peach Paw. It's the Las Casas. He's working on everything for me for pro bono. Now, his daddy was the main Meatmeyer and Peach Paw, but he's still working there. Good lawyer, done nothing but kindness to me, done nothing but help me with all these legal issues that I had when there once was a Booty Bird man. Of course, there isn't no more. There's a Booty Man bird. But now he can't show his face nowhere. Now, let me explain. This ain't legal nothing. These are just, I won't call them what they call the thugs. That's what I say they are. Criminals. That's what I think they are. You know Gumby Meatmeyer. I don't know if you've met him, Dunlap, but you've heard what a good man he is, ain't you?
I mean, from you.
Well, yeah, that's what you hear. Well, I'm sure there's other people he's represented over the years that would have just as nice things to say about him, but I don't know if you know any of them.
I just never heard anybody else say anything good except for you.
Well, you ain't heard nobody say anything bad.
I don't know about him, that kind of thing.
Well, nobody said that to you, no. Who would you?
That's kind of the word on the street.
Well, word on the street. You don't know first thing you talk about. Gumby Meatmeyer, like I said, worked pro bono for me. I ain't paid him a cent. He's done it out of the kindness of his heart to help me in my career. And Bodie Man Bird, he just likes to see the smiles on the children's faces like anybody else. And he's the one that's suffering now. And now, look, I may have made the mistake, and I apologize, but surely there's a fee, there's something I can do. These they call themselves a costume rental place, a costume gangster, costume mafia. They want this head back, and I don't know what I did with it. As soon as Gumby Meatmeyer says, take that head off, get rid of it. You don't need it. Once you get rid of that, all your problems will cease. And sure enough, they did, until these gangster criminal elements come after me and, bless his heart, Gumby Meatmeyer. Now, I know they trying to be big and show off like in the gangster movies or whatever, but last week, Gumby Meatmeyer woke up and in his bed, right there, he was sleeping soundly as could be, woke up scared to death. He ain't been the same since, woke up with a horse head in his bed, just like in the good gangsters or whatever it is movies.
Wait, they put this Birdsuit Mafia cut off a horse's head and put it in Gumby Meatmeyer's bed.
Well, it's not a real horse. It's a costume horse head. They didn't cut it off. It just, you put it's separate from a body as you put it on. But the point is the same, though. It's still, the message is the same, whether he's got blood everywhere, the head, doesn't have no blood. It's a head. You wear the two people, one getting the horse rear end, one the front leg, one got it's the head for one of them, and but like I said, it not as messy, but the message. What?
If I was going to try to, mess with somebody, I'd put the rear end part in there. You don't know who all had their rear end up in that part.
Well, they
and
didn't
the rest
do that.
of them too.
They didn't do that. They put the head in there, and like I said,
still, like if they didn't have it cleaned or they didn't spray it with some Glade or whatever. What's that stuff you spray on?
I don't
your
know.
Couch? Somebody shits all over your couch. What's that?
What?
You call it? That.
What do you mean somebody mess on your couch? What do you
It's a
talking
thing. If somebody shits all over your couch, you go to the store and get it. You get it. It doesn't say shit on the thing. It's not Glade that's so associated with shit. It's you spray it. It gets stuff off your fabric. You know what? Everybody here knows what I'm talking about.
There's different cleaning things that you get to spray on stuff, whether it's carpet cleaner, couch cleaner, whatever it is. If you talk about an animal make a mess, right? When an animal go to the bathroom, sometimes they make mistakes just like a people does.
I mean, it could be an animal.
Well, if it's your animal, it's your job to clean up after you're supposed to spray. I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it. What is it? There's different kinds. There ain't just one, couch cleaner. There's all different kinds of them. I suppose I don't know the name of them offhand.
I'm just saying, if they didn't clean that suit, that still ain't something you want in your bed.
Well, I wouldn't trust these costume gangsters, to do anything right. If the criminal breaks the law, then they're wrong right from the start. See, so I don't know what they did, but like I said, it wasn't a mess or nothing. But the message is the same. It's like, listen here, buddy. We're looking at and he's as brave as I've seen him go up against so many corporations. These booty bird people, that's big money back there. He didn't care. He stood up to anybody. He stand up to, like I said, he's in it to win it. He's in it for the people's rights. He's for the little man, and I've never seen him be concerned or scared or coward. But I never heard. I heard his voice, and they was trembling. And bless his heart, it just scared the living hell out of him. And of course it would. These no good gangster, costume rental, whatever it is, costume mafia, I call them, told him if they don't get that head back, it could be, didn't say it was, definitely said curtains, and whatever that means. That's another fabric, but still. They said could be, and they said, Booty Man Bird better not show his no head wearing face in any function, anything, or else. That's what they said. Now, look, I would have gone, because you know me, I ain't scared of no gangster. But Gumby, bless his heart, he was just worried. He said, no, I advise you against it, and I followed his advice since the get-go, his legal advice and personal advice, whatever he's got. So I'm going to listen to him. He said, Jackie, I'll call and try to apologize and make it up to you, but we'll tell him. He said, just tell him you got COVID. I said, well, I ain't got COVID. He said, no, they don't know that. I don't guess I should have said it on here, but anyhow, I don't have COVID, but I might have. I was concerned that I might have it. I wasn't sure. I was coughing. That's what Gumby said to say. And so I said it, and I said it again right now. So I didn't go. And, at these places, a lot of these places, they say, well, as long as you got the head on, you come on, COVID, we don't care. But, this is the no head feather fair and bird body only gala. So you can't, you got to have, you can't, if there's a chance you may have COVID, you got to have something on your face, whatever. If I had a head, they might have said, but, that ain't what this is and that ain't what it's for. So they understood. And I want to apologize to everybody there that went. If you listen now, please forgive me. I'm going to make it up to you. We're going to get to the bottom of this. And I guess the only way we can is for me to find this damn bird head. And I can't, for the life of me, I can't. I know I had it in my truck with me. What is it? It's July, August, June, July. But at least 2-3 months ago, remember, I had it, last place I had it was in a truck with me, and I was coming home with it, so it's either in the truck, and I've tore the house looking for it, toward my truck looking up for it. I can't find it. I cannot find this bird head. Now, look, tell me how much you want for it. I know you gangsters, you like money, and I ain't made the money. But if you need me to reimburse you for whatever a bird head costs, it can't be that much, can it? And don't say with interest or whatever like that, because, there ain't no interest on a bird head, beak, and eyes. You can't do that. But whatever it is, what?
Febreze.
Febreze? What do you mean? What is it?
That's what you spray on your couch.
That's just for smelling. That ain't going to get no stain out. If an animal made a mess, you need the stain out. You don't need just the smell.
You start there.
No. You get something kind of scrub.
Go to the Febreze.
There's different.
Febreze is how you wind it up. That's the finishing
end
touch
of it.
You get the Febreze out.
If you clean it good enough, it should be fine. And if you can't, that's when you need a Febreze. But to me, you didn't use the stuff you're supposed to use good enough beforehand. If an animal makes a mess all over furniture, you're supposed to use, a cushion furniture, something fabric furniture, not, if it's just a regular kitchen chair, you wipe it off. But fabric or whatnot. No, you got to get the cleaning spray first, and then later put Febreze. Febreze either goes on clothes, fabric, or just up in the air by itself. Different kinds of Febreze, but there ain't no Febreze that gets out of stain. No, that's all smell. But if you're listening, costume gangsters, I want you to know you broke my heart. You scared the hell out of poor Gumby Meat Mine. He ain't left his house since. It takes me, have to let the phone ring. I don't know how many times before I pick it up. He's scared that he'd answer the phone. And Lord knows you broke little children's hearts and children at hearts. When Booty Man Bird didn't show up at the No Head Feather Fair or at the Bird Body Only Gala. I took Gumby Meat Mine's advice. He said that's best interest for him, best for me. But by God, I won't put this behind me. So whatever we got to do, whatever kind of deal we got to make, I can't find that head. I look everywhere for it. I still keep looking for it. I got to compensate you for another way. I don't know how to make one. I'd make one. I don't know how to make a bird head.
It's a sign of disrespect, Jackie. I don't think at this point there's any monetary amount that's going to satisfy the bird suit mafia. I think you've shown what you think of them with the way you treated the bird suit head. So
I thought money is all that.
I don't even know if there's money they can give them now that you can find. You could do a GoFundMe, and I don't think it make a difference. I think,
but that's how I'm supposed to. All that matters to gangsters is money. That's all the reason they break the laws to make money. Why wouldn't this be? Why is this situation different?
First, you get the money, then you get respect, then you get the bird suits.
Right.
I think that's how it goes. That's famous.
Well, I don't know the first thing about it, whether it's famous or not. I don't know anything about being a gangster because I ain't one, and I don't break the law like that.
First, you get the money, then you get the respect, then you get the. First, you get the bird suits, then you get the money, then you get the money, then you get the respect. Maybe you need the respect before you get. Anyway, you disrespected them, and you lost a bird suit.
I brought the head. I still got the suit. They ain't said nothing about the suit yet. They want the head. That's what they want. Said it over and over again. I guess they don't want a horse head. They leave it anywhere willy-nilly. Y'all lost that one on your own. Next thing I know, they'll be, where's that horse head? Bring it back. After they took it, put it in his bed, they're going to say, where's it at? What'd you do with it? I'd hold on to it, Gumby, for evidence is what I say, but I don't. You, the lawyer, I stay out of it. I trust your judgment on this. I don't know first thing about it.
You better hope that bird head, even if you find it, is in good shape. And
I don't know.
That'd be worse. And you got to get some Febreze. I'd stop at the store and get the Febreze.
All right. Enough about the Febreze. Fine. But let me tell all you sad children and adults and in between everybody out there. Booty Man Bird ain't giving up yet, all right? He's down for the count for a minute, but he'll find his moment to rise again, and I'll be there shaking my tail feathers. Booty, you wait and see. But for now, we got to work this out. We got to do something, and I don't like having to work something out with the criminal element, but so be it. It is what it is. I'm gonna try to find. I remember where I had it last. It was July, June, July, August. It was 2, 3. It was a while ago.
We've been doing this for a while.
I know it was a while back, but I know I see it. I see it in my mind's eye. I see it sitting right there in the truck cab with me, right beside me. I'm driving the Birdhead because I remember chuckling to myself like that.
Somebody could have stole that, Jackie. You can't even roll your windows up.
Why? Why would somebody steal a bird head?
Why would somebody wear a bird head?
I don't. Since government meet mine told me not to, I quit. I didn't do it no more. My life turned around for the better. Until these costume mafia people.
It was nice knowing you.
Why?
I can't believe it's the way you're going to go out at the hands of the birdsuit mafia.
I ain't going nowhere. What are you talking about?
Pretty dire. Pretty bad news for Jackie Broad, sounds like, folks. It sounds like this may be the end. And I don't make light of it. It's going to tear me up when you're gone, Jackie.
I ain't going.
God love everybody.
All right, fine.
But as far as I go, everything's going great.
Well,
if you're asking me how I'm doing, I mean, I can't lie. Pretty fucking dandy.
All right, watch your mouth.
Everything is back to normal, Jackie. Jackie, I don't know if I've told you any of this. Have I told you about Brushy and the damn...
Yes. You told me and everybody else about it.
Oopserals.
That's a bunch of drug stuff you talked about. You know what the hell you talk about going through time, all that stuff. That's a bunch of mess.
Yeah, I don't even know if you remember that. I don't know, because I'm the witness. The way time travel works, you have to have one person cosmically appointed to be the witness who always remembers what Murfreesboro was like in each iteration of the time travel. But you know all these time travel rules, right, Jackie?
What?
So, as the witness, I remember, God King Brushy and Shit King Brushy and Brushy when he was the famous overall model. All the Brushies. Too many Brushies. There's too many Brushies to keep up with, but we don't have to worry about it now because all the Brushies have disappeared. Brushy's back to just being himself. He realized that erasing mistakes erases an opportunity to grow as a person. That's the flaw with Oopserals, Jackie. You remember Oopserals, right, Jackie?
I know what the Oopserals is. It's a bunch of bull.
You can use Oopserals to fix your problems. You go back in time. They were created by Dr. Maxine Limlamp. As Brushy and I were realizing how shitty our lives were and how many mistakes we've made, Dr. Limlamp said, you know what? I've made a lot of mistakes too. One of the mistakes was I created Oopserals. I can't figure out anybody to test it on. I want y'all climb in here and go fix your own Brushy mistakes. And that's what we did. And it's been a little bit of an odyssey, I'd say. A little exhausting. But we don't have to worry about it anymore, Jackie. I've convinced Dr. Limlamp to let me destroy the Oopserals. Dr. Limlamp's enemy, Dr. Vanessa Desk, she thought we were messing with forces. So her messer-ups, which helped keep us from correcting the mistakes as easily as we'd like whenever we went back down, she's going to remove the messer-ups from Walmart, the very quilty shirts. Everybody loves to wear these. They just don't know about the cosmic power that they contain when they pick them up for like $9.
What?
Fast fashion. Dr. Desk is satisfied. Dr. Limlamp is satisfied. She says, you know what? We were messing with forces. I said, I know. Yeah, we were. And what we've all learned is that it's never worth it to go back and attempt to change the past. So, Brushy's back to normal. All the Brushies are gone. Baby Brushy will just grow up being a regular-ass Brushy. I bet if you call Brushy up right now, he got food all over his beard.
Well, that's for sure, yeah.
Oh, man.
I know that, yeah.
Back to where we started. It was great hanging out with Dr. Limlamp. It was great meeting Dr. Desk. It was great hanging out with about 11 Brushies. The markers left here to let us know that until things are set right, that there's always, you only have so many chances to go back in time. Jackie, I don't know if you knew that. There's only so many. You only get about 10 chances to go back in time. We used our last chance to go back and stop ourselves from going back in time in the first place. We were just like, you know what? It ain't worth it. So we just slapped the Oopseralls off of Brushy's leg. Just hid under the bed. We sent a Brushy back. Brushy hid under the bed, yanked him off his. Brushy trying to put them Oopseralls on. Was like, what? And that was it. Now everything's back to normal. All the marker Brushies have disappeared. We realize our mistake. It is never worth it. I can't say this enough. It is never worth it to go back and attempt to change the past. No problem is big enough to attempt to go back in time and change the past. So I got these Oopseralls here. They're comfortable once you get your junk past the levers and switches.
All right.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them on fire, or I'm going to hit them with a hammer and then set them on fire. Maybe find a garbage disposal like heavy duty one that you can shove pants in. You think that, well, you wouldn't ever put pants down garbage disposals, but I've tried a lot of garbage disposals over the years, and they tough enough for pants.
What?
You just got to find the right one. It's sort of an odyssey itself.
So what? You put the pants on. You're supposed to put them on, and they go back.
Yeah.
And you fix what? That's a bunch of bull. That's a bunch of horse hockey. Wait, you saying if I wanted to, I could take these drawers you got here. I could put them on me.
Yeah. You got to get your junk past the levers and switches.
Whatever. But I could put them on me, and if I wanted to, let's just say hypothetically, like you saying, I don't know. If I go back in time, I could go back, maybe find that bird head costume mafia is looking for.
Well, Jackie, I mean, I just said several times what we learned is that it's never worth it to go back and attempt to change the past, but maybe we're wrong. Yeah, get in here.
Well, let me see.
Put these on. I should have Febrezed them.
It ain't comfortable. Hang on. Let it straighten up. Is there anything I'm supposed to know before I try to go? Anything what...
Most of them stains or something that fell off Brushy's mouth.
Well, Brushy had it on. I'm trying to get it on there.
Yeah, you just get it on there. Oh, and don't let yourself in the past see you. You can't. You gotta hide, kind of hunker down. Don't let yourself in the past see you.
What? Don't let my what?
Slap
in the what?
Slap it out of. Slap something out of your hands or hide under the bed and yank it off your legs. But don't try not to just walk up and be like, "Hey, I'm here to fix a mistake." That won't work. You got to kind of hide and do it.
Well, I ain't expecting any of this to work anyhow. But there's a chance if these really do work, which I think is horse hockey, I go back, find that head, then I come back here and give it to the costume mafia, and they're gonna leave me, Booty Man Bird, and Gumby alone, right?
That's a lot of assumptions.
Well, hell, let's see if I can get it. All right. Hey there, Jackie. How you doing? I reckon I'm doing all right. You ain't seen a bird head laying around anywhere, have you? What?